On tonight's Eagle Angle, Spring Sing is finally here.
New details emerge in the Derek Chauvin case.
And an elderly couple is reunited.
All this and more on Eagle Angle.
Hello, and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast live from the campus of Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Elliot Moore.
I'm Elijah Johnson. One of the most anticipated events on campus is finally here. Spring Sing 2021 will take place starting tonight and will end on Saturday night. Spring Sing is a song and dance competition put on by Oklahoma Christian where social clubs compete to bring home the coveted Spring Sing trophy. Clubs have been practicing for over 6 weeks and will get the chance this week to showcase their hard work for everyone. Tonight will be club night, the night where all clubs perform for their shows for each other. Tomorrow night, the clubs will perform for faculty and staff and students at 8:30. And finally, Friday and Saturday nights will be the judge shows, where judges come to give grades to clubs to find out who will be crowned the Spring Sing champion. Tickets are sold out, but you can still watch online at oc.edu/live.
Eagle Film is looking for actors in their upcoming picture. 36 is a film about a young man who finds a camera and discovers that whoever is photographed dies shortly after their picture is taken. There are plenty of roles to be filled, and filming will take place on the weekends of April 16th and 23rd. If you are interested in auditioning for a role, please send an email to carly.crabtree@eagles.oc.edu before this Saturday. For more information, look to your student announcements.
The Women of Gamma Rho will be hosting a fundraising event this month and are looking for participants to get involved. Funds will be raised for the Pearl House. The Pearl House is a girls' home in Ghana. The Pearl House provides physical care, emotional support, spiritual development, and life-changing academic and vocational opportunities to young girls in rural Ghana. The fundraiser will be an amazing race, which will feature a race with a series of locations and clues that have to be completed to earn prizes. Teams can include up to 5 people, and the cost is $25 per person. Check student announcements for a link to sign up.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer at will.hadley@eagles.oc.edu. And now for our national news. Members of law enforcement testified on police policies and procedures in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin as the jury considers the former officer's actions during the arrest and killing of George Floyd. Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter stemming from Floyd's death. Daryl Forges is outside the Minneapolis courtroom with highlights from the trial.
Raise your right hand.
One after another, veteran members of law enforcement taking a stand in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin, testifying on police training and procedure.
No force should have been used once he was in that position.
A Los Angeles Police Department sergeant and use of force expert called by the prosecution, continuing his testimony Wednesday morning.
Based on my analysis, Mr. Floyd never was not actively resisting at the time that he was in the prone position, nor did he communicate to them that he was attempting to resist or evade them.
The prosecution attempting to cut the heart of the defense's argument that then Minneapolis police officer Chauvin was following his training when he knelt on George Floyd's neck for over 9 minutes.
We don't train leg neck restraints with the officers in service. And as far as my knowledge, we never have.
On Tuesday, the use of force instructor testifying officers are trained to only use force that is proportional to the threat.
We want to use the lowest level of force possible.
Witnesses also said officers are required to de-escalate situations.
We have the time to slow things down and reevaluate, reassess,
and render aid.
If you don't have a pulse on a person, you'll immediately start CPR.
But in cross-examination, the defense maintaining Chauvin's actions were appropriate.
Does this appear to be a neck restraint?
No, sir.
and argued use of force depends on the situation.
There's no strict application of every single rule, agreed? Or every single technique.
That is correct.
In Minneapolis, I'm Daryl Forges.
By May 1st, all 50 states will have expanded COVID-19 vaccine eligibility to everyone 16 years and older. It's happening as COVID-19 variants continue to spread and new variants keep popping up. Brett Conaway has the latest on a race between vaccinations and variants.
From production to packaging to planes to the pavement and to the people.
Okay, here we go.
The COVID-19 vaccine rollout is going strong, with every state announcing plans to expand vaccine eligibility to people 16 years and older, if they haven't already. But Dr. Ashish Jha, epidemiologist Michael Osterholm, and Dr. Paul Offit worry it's creating false hope. Average new case counts are up more than 16% these past 2 weeks. And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says part of the reason for the rise is because of variants like the one first spotted in the UK.
It's not long before it's going to sweep across the country.
And the variants make it particularly concerning.
That's because there are still so many questions about the variants.
To date, we don't know that these variants have completely escaped immunity, where, for example, if you've been naturally infected or immunized, you still may be hospitalized or be in an ICU or die.
And there are other variants popping up, like the one first identified in India that's also been reported in California, not to mention the variants still to come as viruses mutate over time.
Where will these new variants come from that we couldn't even imagine today?
Still, they all agree vaccinations are our best bet.
Either get vaccinated, or if we haven't had a chance to get a vaccine yet, at least wear a mask and social distance.
So we really do have to hunker down for a few more weeks.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The pandemic has hit the restaurant industry very hard. More than 100,000 restaurants in the U.S. have closed, and those that survived say they are desperate for the money in Biden's stimulus package. CNN's Vanessa Yurkovich has more.
Every single month, at the end of the month, it's like, hey, we made it another month.
I mean, it's pretty extraordinary to have made it this far.
I feel so unbelievably lucky to be standing on this side of it.
3 restaurant owners in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles have made it through the pandemic so far, something 110,000 other restaurants can't say. But to keep their doors open, they will need access to the new Restaurant Revitalization Fund, part of the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill.
How critical do you feel like this grant is for you?
I won't survive without this grant.
Amanda Cohen has owned Dirt Candy in New York's Lower East Side for 13 years. 2 PPP loans later, she's just hanging on.
What's business like these days?
Business is really up and down. You know, we'll do 6 covers a night, maybe 8 covers.
So what does 6 to 8 covers a day get you?
Nowhere.
Which is why the $28.6 billion restaurant fund run by the Small Business Administration is paramount. Unlike a PPP loan, this grant covers more expenses and doesn't have to be paid back. The SBA says it could go live this month, but offers no exact date.
It's extremely important for us comes in a timely fashion.
Joe Frillman says the grant money would fund his Chicago restaurant till October. Without it, he makes it to May. Some states have lifted indoor dining restrictions, but several major cities like Chicago still have them in place.
The physical limitations of this space and this restaurant, we're actually operating still only at about 25% capacity from what we can do. It's really been a strain in terms of the amount of revenue that we can pull off.
Good morning. Good morning.
At the start of 2020, Lynn Ta owned 2 restaurants in Los Angeles. Today, she's working to save her remaining 1.
Oh, it's tough because it's like choosing between your children. Which one are you going to save?
Even after closing 1 restaurant, she has mounting debt and doesn't think the grant will be enough for all her expenses. But it could help bring back some of the nearly 200 people she laid off.
I think we will need more. But the hope is that you bring back more jobs.
Hope is on the horizon for these restaurateurs, something that has eluded them for a year.
Once the relief fund passed, I think that was the first good night's sleep I had since the pandemic started.
Hopeful for the first time in a long time, to be honest with you. You work your whole life for opportunities like this. It's been such a roller coaster of emotions for us.
That's all for our national news. Stay tuned because Daniel Hart has your Eagle Angle weather report right after this break.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
How's you guys?
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Staring contest!
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm Daniel Hart here with your Eagle Angle weather report. It is currently 57 degrees, however, it feels like 53. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the weather around Oklahoma is like today. In Durant, it was 76 degrees. Ada was at 68, Ardmore at 72, Salisal at 70, Oklahoma City at 60, along with Miami also at 60. Ponca City was at 52 degrees, and then Guymon was at 62. And now for tonight's temperatures. Tonight it is going to be 46 degrees with winds coming in from the northwest at 20 miles an hour, and humidity is going to be up at 53%. And this is what our weekend is going to look like. This weekend it is going to be sunny in the 70s to 80s, and winds are going to be up at 18 miles an hour. And finally, here's your 5-day forecast. On Thursday, it is going to be sunny with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 55 degrees. Friday, we expect some thunderstorms with a high of 77 and a low of 45. Saturday, the sun is going to come right back out with a high of 70 and a low of 48. Sunday is also going to be sunny with a high of 81 and a low of 52 degrees. And then finally, Monday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 45. And that's all for your Eagle Angle weather report. Don't go anywhere because Jojo Martinez is in the entertainment corner right after this break.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo. Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum.
Drum loud. Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk. No matter what you're going through, I just want you to know I'm here. I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Hello and welcome back to Eagle Angle. I'm Jojo Martinez and you're watching the Entertainment Corner, your source for the latest and greatest entertainment news. According to an article published by The Hollywood Reporter, Comedy Central Jon Stewart will return to host and work as an executive producer on a new current affairs show. The article mentions that the show, which is titled The Problems with Jon Stewart, will stream as an Apple TV Plus exclusive and is set to debut this fall. Each season of The Problem will also feature an Apple-produced companion podcast that complements the show. The 2019 murder mystery hit Knives Out might not actually be an open and shut case. According to reports from Variety and The Hollywood Reporter, Netflix signed a massive $469 million deal with the film director Rian Johnson and star actor Daniel Craig. Netflix intends on producing 2 sequels as of now, and according to the reports, both Johnson and Craig stand to walk away from the deal with over $100 million each. Little is known about the sequels, but Craig and Johnson's involvement is more than likely. Deadline reports that the History Channel's long-running successful TV show, Ancient Aliens, is getting its own big-screen film adaptation. Josh Held, the showrunner for the hit show Cobra Kai, is now officially set to direct the adaptation. Details are being kept under wraps, but apparently the story will feature a globe-spinning adventure, as Held said, dealing with ancient sites, artifacts, and confronting the show's many pondered questions. Since the show has run for nearly 200 episodes and remains one of the History Channel's longest-running series, it's safe to assume that there's plenty of source material to make this film stand out. Today, ABC announced that long-running reality dating shows The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise will return. The 17th season of The Bachelorette, starring Katie Thurston will premiere on June 7th, followed by The Bachelor in Paradise on August 16th. The return of Bachelor in Paradise comes with a lot of praise from fans because while The Bachelorette ran in a bubble during the pandemic, Bachelor in Paradise was canceled. The next season of Paradise will reunite former contestants on a beach in Mexico and will air on Monday nights. That's all for this week's Entertainment Corner. And now back to the desk for Trinity Carpenter with your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, JoJo. The girls' golf team participated in the Palm Valley Classic this past weekend. On the first day, Oklahoma Christian shot for a total of 300, which would help them end the day in 4th place out of the 20-team field. On the second day, they would shoot for an even par of 288 and help them jump up 2 spots to finish in 2nd place. Oklahoma Christian had 4 players that shot 1 over par or better. Leading the team for OC was junior Shaylee Goad, who shot a 70, which was 2 under par. Right behind her was senior Abigail Rigsby, who shot a par of 72. OC entering this tournament was ranked number 2 in the NCAA Division II West Super Region ranking. They will now look ahead to the Lone Star Conference tournament, which will start this next Monday. As for the guys' golf team, they would participate in the Dallas Baptist Patriot Classic. Oklahoma Christian would finish the first round with a total score of 284, which would put them in the first at the end of the first day. On the second day, OC would shoot a total of 283, helping them keep control of the lead. Then on the final day, the Eagles would shoot a round of 295, which would help them get their 4th win of the season. For Oklahoma Christian, senior Trevor Norby would tie for 2nd with the tournament with a total of 210 shots. For Norby, it is the 3rd straight tournament that he has finished either 1st or 2nd. As for the Eagles, they are ranked 19th in Division II. The Eagles are going to be back out on the green this coming Monday when they too will participate in the Lone Star Conference tournament. The girls' soccer team played in the first round of the Lone Star Conference tournament this past Saturday, where they would take on Texas A&M Commerce. Oklahoma Christian would struggle, having 1 total shot in the entire first half. OC's defense would prevail as they would keep Commerce scoreless going into halftime, but in the second half, OC's offensive struggles would continue as they would again only have 1 shot in the entire half. As for Texas A&M Commerce, they would score 2 quick goals in the 46th and 47th minute of the game. Commerce would then add 1 more goal and advance to the next round of the tournament, winning 3-0 over the Eagles and ending their season. That's all for this week's Sports Report. We'll be right back after this break with the feel-good story of the week.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Talk to your doctor about creating a plan that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
What
do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
For tonight's feel-good story of the week, a couple married 72 years is now reunited after COVID-19 kept them apart for about a year. Julie McDonald was with them in New Hampshire when they came together once again.
Who is that girl?
Yeah, it's
Who's
nice.
that beautiful girl?
94-year-old John Doyle is wheeled in to his beautiful girl, his Kay, and the couple, married 72 years, wastes no time, going right in for a careful kiss.
How does it feel to see him?
Wonderful. I wish I could get closer to him.
It's magic. It really is. I don't know how long it's been.
It had been about a year that COVID kept them apart. Still, they both got sick and survived. Sure, there were socially distant visits, but these long-awaited real ones are never long enough.
I don't have a roommate.
No, you still don't, huh?
You can have that one. You can have that bed.
Okay. I'll check with the authorities.
Still just smitten.
I think he's very kind and considerate, but mostly handsome.
This longtime love story has weathered some storms. The Newburyport natives, who raised a family in Worcester, had their share of heartbreak, losing parents, siblings, friends, and even children. Their Jackie just went to heaven in December.
They said she was special needs, but I say she was just special.
But in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, they've been right here, together, her hand on his knee.
Just love each other.
The secret is good luck. We were lucky.
In Hampton, New Hampshire, Julie McDonald, WBZ News.
Thank you for tuning in to Eagle Angle, where is your campus?
Your news. Good night.